We've got another edition of the story behind the car, and this is so unique. I luckily ran into Kevin, the owner of the car. It's a 1980 Pontiac Firebird Trans AM Turbo. And Kevin, you just were telling me about the signatures?
The signatures on here were just signed last week from the designers that designed the Trans Am for Pontiac. This was the head designer.
Okay.
And these are the two that worked under him. They came to a St. Louis event called Firebird Fest.
Yeah, I didn't go, but I saw that.
Yeah, they were here for that, where we had Firebirds from 28 different states.
Holy cow.
And these guys all flew in. The one guy actually lives in Taiwan, and he flew in.
Holy cow. And when I first looked at your car before I had met you, I noticed that the air cleaner was off-centered, and you were telling me that's because of the turbo?
That's because the turbo sits on the other side, and there's a 4-barrel carburetor underneath the air cleaner there.
Yeah.
This was one of GM's first attempts at the turbo.
Okay. And how does the turbo, is it held up over these years?
That is the original turbo. This is all original car. It's got 56,000 miles on it.
Wow. And how long have you had it?
I have had it now 3 years.
Okay. Where did you find it?
Somebody sent me a link, said this car's for sale, are you interested in it? And I made a deal with them, and here I am.
Yeah. And are you a Pontiac guy, and that's why they contacted you, or?
Yeah, they know I got 2 other Trans Ams. Back when I was growing up as a kid, I had a 79 Trans Am.
Okay.
Still miss that car.
Yes, the one that got away.
Yeah.
I always loved the dash on these with the turned, it looks like metal turning.
This car here too, the interior and the color with oyster white and the dash, this was a one-off car, okay? They only put this in this car.
Okay.
1 year.
Wow. And it's got the T-tops. It is a gorgeous interior.
The only issue with it, trying to find any parts for it, is very hard.
Is it really?
It was a 1 year deal.
Yeah, yeah. And I see you got power windows, so the controls are in the console, and then power lock.
It has, normally I have the sticker price with me, and I don't have it today, but it has every option they offered at the time on it.
Wow. And when these wheels came out back in the day, I was not a big fan of them, but they are, over the years, they've grown on me. They're pretty unique. The honeycomb, I guess?
The snowflake.
Oh, is that what it's called, snowflake?
Well, actually, if you talk to the designers,
yeah,
they called them diamond.
Oh, really?
But everybody else forever has called them snowflake.
Yeah.
But if you go to one of them, they'll go right off the bat, that's diamond.
Boy, it is in such great shape, and the interior of the trunk. What is your favorite thing about the car, Kevin?
More like it's just unique.
Yeah.
It's different than what you see on a lot of the other Trans Ams. You see a whole lot of black ones.
Yeah.
In fact, that black one used to be mine. I sold it when I bought this.
Okay. Yeah, the black one, you saw those everywhere back in the day.
The Bandit.
Yeah, and then Ozzie Smith, who played for the St. Louis Cardinals, he had a red one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you grow up in St. Louis?
Born and raised St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when Ozzie Smith got that red one. That was a big deal.
Well, the singer Sammy Hagar had a red Trans Am.
Oh, did he?
He actually, when they did a Super Jam
okay.
down at the old Busch Stadium,
yeah,
he actually brought that Trans Am to Busch Stadium.
Boy, it's just such a beautiful car.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Anything else we should mention before we turn it off, Kevin?
I think we pretty well covered it.
Yeah. Oh, how did it do at the Firebird Fest?
Oh, it did good at the Firebird.
Yeah.
Always did. We were supposed to run them on the track over there.
Yeah.
But it rained.
Yeah.
3 years in a row it's rained on us going to the track.
Yeah. And did these gentlemen, they saw the vehicle, they wanted to come over, and then
they signed, well, they signed a lot of cars. They signed mine. This was the first year all three of these guys have gotten together. I think the one guy said in like 15 years.
Okay.
This guy, Chanella, he's been to Firebird Fest twice now.
Okay.
But it's the first time for the other guys, and they say they're coming back.
Yeah.
You get a chance next year, you ought to check out Firebird Fest.
I had something going on, and I wish I would have gone there. And I didn't come over to this side and shoot the turbocharger. Boy, this is one of those engines, even the regular V8, they didn't have much room in there for changing spark plugs or...
But still a lot more room than I got on this one.
Yeah. And what year is this one here?
This is 2002.
Okay.
This was one of the last of the Trans Ams that came off the assembly line. It had a different motor to it.
Okay.
They were eating up the Corvette motors.
Okay.
So they put the Corvette motor in the last ones that were made, which, way I understand it, bigger intake, and I think the heads are different, and I think the crank is different on it.
Boy, it's really sits back there. It's amazing how far back it sits.
Yeah. Not easy to work on.
No, I would imagine not.
This one here's just turned 22,000 miles.
And how long have you had this one?
11 years. I got lucky on this one. I found it 3 miles from my house where a guy had always kept it in the garage.
Yeah.
And all these cars sit in garages. Basically, since we've owned this, I don't think we've, in 11 years, put 2,000 miles on it.
And the Ram Air, and for the young guys out there, can you tell them what the Ram Air is all about?
Basically, it sucks air and forces it through the throttle body. Actually comes in through these vents when you put it down there, and forces air in there to go through into the throttle body to give you basically a little extra horsepower.
Okay.
I think they say it gives you like 5 to 10 more horsepower.
Yes. And it's not a mechanical, it's just the air is coming through the ports.
Right.
Yes.
It's forced with those vents.
Yes. Directed
through there.
Yeah. Very cool. And while we're talking about it, should we go ahead and talk about this 2002?
Sure.
Get a 2-for-1 here, Kevin?
No problem.
And I pay the same amount on both, so...
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, close your eyes, what do you see? Nothing. So this one is a 2002.
Yes. 2002 Trans Am Ram Air WS-6.
Okay.
The WS-6 is the performance suspension package.
So I was talking to a Pontiac guy, and he was telling me the W series, I guess, over the years. I had never really heard about them, and I've been into cars.
Well, the original WS-6 is what's like on the pace car.
Okay.
And this is just the modern version of it.
And I had a friend that had one of these. I don't remember what year he had. What year did this body style come out? Do you recall?
Okay, the fourth gens, I want to say 96 or 97.
Okay.
That's when they kind of changed. And this, like I said, this was the end of them.
Okay.
And in fact, 02 was the last year for them.
I just remember this deep trunk area for your T-tops.
But this car here, power-wise and speed-wise, outdo any of these other ones.
Yeah. And I'm sure it weighs a hell of a lot less.
Weighs a lot less.
Yeah.
Not that I've got on it too much, but maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's illegal.
Yeah. Well, I actually raced a Hellcat with this.
Oh, really?
And won.
This one here?
Mm-hmm. And I told the guy, he was all upset. I said, I'm 1,500 pounds lighter than you, man.
Yeah.
You had the horsepower, but I was 1,500 pounds lighter.
Yes. Do you mind if I open the door?
No, go right ahead.
Yeah, these bring back memories when I look at it at the inside.
Your only issue with this for a tall guy like you, there's not much room.
Yeah.
Actually, what those guys told me, these cars were designed for somebody 5'10".
Oh, really?
Got a buddy that's got one. He's tall like you, and he actually got a kit, new brackets for the seat, so he could get it all the way back there so he could drive it.
Yeah, there's no room underneath the seat, so they got it down as low as they can.
No.
Well, thank you so very much for telling us the story behind both of these, Kevin.
No, I appreciate you coming over and taking a look at them.
Yeah. I'm just going to back up and get a shot of you in between. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.